Welcome into the Michigan Football Report. I am James Yoder, the face of Michigan football media. No blog boys or water-carrying local journalists here. This is hard-hitting Michigan football reporting, grading the team following a 20-17 victory over Northwestern, where Michigan had to overcome a 17-point deficit. Let's give grades. Passing, rushing, pass D, rush D, and coaching and special teams. First up, we've got the passing game. I'm going to give the passing game a C. No touchdowns through the air. Only one wide receiver with more than 2 catches. Wide receiver, I know. Tight end, a little bit different story. Nick Eubanks and Zach Gentry got it going. Shea Patterson, another day that would be like in 1993. This has been an awesome day for a Michigan, any college quarterback really, but throwing the ball 24 times, under 200 yards again. This is not the kind of quarterback play that Michigan football fans expected from Shea Patterson. Not necessarily he's playing bad, but just where are the 374 yards passing and 4 touchdown game like you see from Ohio State's first-year quarterback, like you see from Trace McSorley, like you see from Jalen Hurts, and you see from Tua Tagovailoa and Jake Fromm, all the big-time quarterbacks around the country. Not really lighting up through the air for the Michigan football team. Nico Collins leads the way with 6 catches for 73 yards, but Peoples-Jones, those 2 catches, then Michigan's other 3, 4, and 5 top wide receivers with Tariq Blackout, no catches for them, and you've got then the Michigan offense relying on, you're relying on Zach Gentry with 3 catches, you're relying on Nick Eubanks with 2 catches for 45 yards, Jared Wangler, KARAN, HIGDON, those guys catching the ball. 6 players caught a pass, only 2 wide receivers, so I am giving the Michigan football passing game a C grade. Let's talk about the running game. The running game was a different story. Started slow, didn't really get a lot of things going on in the first quarter, but it got going late, and that is because of one KARAN HIGDON. I'm giving it a B+. HIGDON is emerging as Michigan's maybe best running back since the 2006 season with MICH. I definitely think he's on pace to have a better year than Fitzgerald Toussaint did in 2011. Toussaint really had it easy because people were trying to stop Denard Robinson so heavily that they ignored him for a little bit. So I am giving the offense, the rushing offense, a B+. KARAN HIGDON, 30 carries, 115 yards. Nice blocking in the second, third, fourth quarter from the offensive line. Michigan's team, as a team, 376 yards of total offense, 196 through the air, 180 on the ground, and 20 points. It was a kind of a boring day from the offensive perspective. They only had 1 first down in the first quarter, ended up with 18 for the game. Those penalties really need to change because Michigan has been undisciplined from a penalty perspective all year. And third down, 7 of 16. I think they've got to do a little bit better than that, but it got better as the game went on. 1 fourth down, they tried around midfield on their 3rd possession after an atrocious drop by one Sean McCune. 4th down efficiency, they were 0-1 on the year. So that is the grades for offense. Want to know from you guys, who is Michigan's MVP this season? Who is the team MVP? I think it's Shea Patterson, it's KARAN HIGDON, it's Chase Winovich, maybe it's Rashad, or maybe it's Devin Bush. It's one of those 4 guys for sure. But I want to know from you guys. Tell me through 5 games, who is Michigan's team MVP this season? Type in the comments below. Michigan Wolverines by Chat Sports Facebook Live or the Chat Sports YouTube channel. And that is the question for you. I am James Yoder. I am the face of Michigan football media, and the guys who give me the best suit coat in the game, Reveal Suits, I'm going to tell you about them right now. When I'm watching a new game, I'm always doing it wearing a Reveal Suits. I went to a Michigan football bar recently wearing this bad boy, and listen, the people were loving me. Every single one asked how to get this coat. It is not yet available. This may or may not be the only one in the world right now, but it's just in a few days you can get one too. And if you want to get one, they'll be in limited supplies. Email them right now, info@revealsuits.com. Say, how do I get that badass Michigan football reveal jacket that James Yoder is wearing on the Michigan Football Report? And they will lock you in to make sure you get one later this month when they go on sale to the public. And that was a message from me. My name is James Yoder, at James T. Yoder on Twitter, and I approve that message from Reveal Suits. Go ahead and get one, info@Reveal Suits today, and you will be the baddest ass MF out there walking into any business meeting with a potential Big Ten rival colleague in the meeting with you. Let's keep it moving. The defense, the rushing defense. What's the grades we're giving for the rushing defense against Northwestern? Well, I've got to, what do we give him, a B there, Harris? So we give him a B? I think, yeah, I think we gave him an A, actually. So we'll change that to an A. Passing D, we gave him a B. So Harris will get that change as I'm talking about it. Rushing defense, I'm actually going to give an A no matter what it says on screen there. And the reasons why we're going to give him an A. Let's talk about the rushing attack from Northwestern. John Moton, the fourth, 13 carries for 36 yards for Northwestern. Only 28 yards rushing for the day from the Northwestern football team. Now, a lot of that is because Clayton Thorson got sacked, got hit, got hurried. Some negative yards from him, negative 36 for Thorson. So I'm giving the Michigan football rushing D an A. The passing D, Harris, what got the B. We'll get to that in just a few moments. But the rushing game, definitely defense got an A. Solomon Vaught, 7 carries for 18 yards. Ricky Lies, 2 for 8 yards. Isaiah Bowser, 1 for 2. And then Clayton Thorson, 11 carries for negative 36 yards. The Northwestern quarterback. The rushing defense gets an A from me. James Yoder, the face of Michigan football media, headed out, coming out of 20-17 victory over Northwestern in Evanston. Michigan coming back from a 17-0 deficit. How about the passing defense? All right, the passing defense is getting a B from me following Northwestern. Why do they get a B? Why don't I give them an A? They had a pretty good game, right? No touchdowns. Well, Clayton Thorson still threw for 174. You had a 17-0 deficit. You missed some major tackles, especially on that first drive. There was one play in particular that I thought was absolutely atrocious. So getting a B from me, still up there amongst the nation leaders. And I think with this performance from the rushing attack, Michigan's defense will now be much higher. They might even be the #1 defense in the country after this game. But the passing game was up there, the top 5 pass defense. It'll stay there. Rushing will get a big boost from only giving up 28 yards. 17 points given up to Northwestern. The passing defense gets a B from me. And I want to tell you, before we go to special teams, I want to tell you guys about our sponsor, BetDSI, and how if you work with us, you watch the show, you get going with BetDSI, you are going to get one of these bad boys, these MAIZE Michigan jerseys, the Jordan brand jerseys, the one I wear. How can you get one of them? You get going with BetDSI, you use that promo code GOBLUE to get 120% deposit bonus. You bet on next week's games, Michigan Michigan versus Maryland. If you do, you're a new user of BetDSI, hit me in the DMs on Twitter at James T. Yoder. You can tell me, hey James, sign up for BetDSI, bet on Michigan. What do you need from me to send me one of those MAIZE jerseys, and I will send one to you. It's promo code GOBLUE, chatsports.com/bet, gets you this 120% bonus. 120% on your first deposit. You put down $100, 120 just sitting in your bank account, ready to make a bet with BetDSI. Make a bet on Michigan versus Northwestern next week. How about special teams? How about the play of the special teams this past week? I'm giving them a B+, and a lot of the reason I'm giving them a B+ is the continued All-American level performance of one Will Hart, Michigan's punter, who's having a phenomenal year. Will Hart averaging over 50 yards punting on the season so far this year. 6 punts, 51 yards versus Northwestern. Just a phenomenal talent to have. I can never remember in my entire life a Michigan punter 5 games in the year averaging over 50 yards per punt. Doing it pretty much every game. And these aren't like he's booming 80 yards that drive, that dink and dunk down the field. They bounce on the field. Every one's over 50 yards. His high was only 55 this game. 2 inside the 20. That's terrific. Only 1 touchback. Will Hart is definitely one of Michigan's best players as far as his value that he brings to the team. B+. Nothing huge elsewhere in the special teams, but with Will Hart's performance, B+. How about coaching? How about Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan football coaching staff? I'm giving them a C+, and maybe that's being a little bit generous. Maybe they get a C, maybe a C-. Why would they get a C-? Why did they get a C or the C+ I gave them? You just can't come out this uninspired. You can't win by 3 points and need some really lucky plays and some big plays from Shea Patterson and some others in the fourth quarter against the Northwestern team that 2 weeks ago lost to Akron. And be down 17-0 to that team and get anything higher than that. Maybe I'm being generous, trying to be nice a little bit to Jim Harbaugh, but the coaching staff is getting a C+ from me following the 20-17 comeback victory versus Northwestern on Saturday in Evanston. So that is the grades from Michigan. I want to tell you one more time about the jersey giveaway through BetDSI, then we'll go back to the grades one more time. Take a look here. Get a MAIZE jersey free. I'm sending it to you myself. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code GOBLUE. Get you 120% for deposit bonus. You make any bet on the Michigan-Maryland game next week. Could be over, under, could be on Maryland, could be on Michigan. Send me a DM. Tell me you did. I'll get a few pieces of info from you, and you will get a Michigan football MAIZE jersey. 100%, no questions asked. Is one I'm going to throw up right here. You can't even see me on screen. I'm rocking this MAIZE jersey all the time. I want to send one to you. I've already sent 30 or so away. People give me all kinds of love on Twitter for it. Thank you to the folks who have done it. Let's take a look at the grades one more time. The passing game gets a C from me. The running game gets a B+ from me. The rush defense gets an A versus Northwestern, holding to less than 30 yards rushing. The pass defense gets a B. The special teams with Will Hart averaging over 50 yards per punt gets a B+, and the Michigan football coaching staff, led by one Jim Harbaugh and his minions of 40 offensive coordinators, it seems like, gets a C+ for being down 17-0 to Northwestern on the road in Evanston against a team that lost to Akron. Again, I am James Yoder, the face of Michigan football media. I'll be back for a Maryland preview in a few days, and we'll do our Maryland postgame show next Saturday following that game, 12 noon, high noon in Ann Arbor, homecoming, and we will see you then. Go Blue.